What are you doing?
What am I doing? Restacking all of the crates in the cellar. I mean, as displacement activities go, she could have picked something that didn't involve me.
Oh! Marlon! The barrel's just burst on me. Do you know what? I knew they were dodgy, that cheapskate brewery.
Hey.
Hey. Ryan's still in his cell before you ask, and that's Bales pulling strings with his copper mates. He's never getting out.
Well, he will. The police can't keep him forever. Well, they've been a dingle for 5 minutes. There's a hoodie and trouble with the police.
Is that supposed to be funny? Anyway, you two are way too early.
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to be able to come to court. Sarah's got these blood tests and she had a student nurse last time stabbing away at her. It's really put her off.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, I knew you'd be fine with it. Toughest woman I know.
Yeah, fine, babe. You do your thing. I'm going to ring the sales rep right now.
Charity, that can wait.
Hello? This is a pub. Pubs need beer. Simple concept.
Sarah. It's only the telly. Go back to sleep.
Sarah, my baby, I need to see my baby.
And you will when you're better. Getting you strong again, aren't we?
I am strong. I've been doing well. Really, really well. I had a job. I was looking after my baby. You can ask anyone, they'll back me up.
Let's pop you another couple of these.
No, I don't want them. Just listen to me, please. Sit down and listen.
Pills first, then I'll sit all you like. Open up for me. There's a good girl. Back to sleep. That's the best medicine.
Here we go, our full breakfast menu.
It could be another long D.
Lachlan, I'll ask you again about a solicitor. This is likely to become a very long process, and you're not helping yourself by going without legal advice.
We can arrange one for you, or you might have someone you've used before.
We can give you a room. You'll have a confidential discussion that will hopefully help us all. Think about it.
Out of date. Oh! Out of date.
Right, we need to be heading off. Oh, I could have stayed at home playing with Johnny's birthday presents.
Oh, babe, please don't let me deprive you.
The court said we should aim for 9:30.
Well, I'm going nowhere until I've heard about Ryan.
Well, we don't know when that will be.
It's all the shouting.
Oh, hey, Paddy, are you back?
Yeah, I know. Chaz is trying to have a lie-in. She was up half the night with pregnancy deadly. I told her you'd understand if she gave court a miss.
Yeah, of course.
There you go. I told her you'd be fine. Toughest woman I know. And who needs the whole dingle circus anyway?
Not me, Paddy, not me. I mean, let's face it, Faith's babysitting anyway. Lisa's on some random road trip. And I don't even rate a text from Noah, so you tell Chaz it's just fine.
Look, I know you're petrified, but that's really not going to help.
Well, I've got a really dry mouth, so...
Charity, you need a clear focus.
Why? I mean, let's face it, Bales has got this sewn up, hasn't he? He's got Ryan held hostage on some stupid trumped-up charge and he's bound to have the judge in his pocket.
No!
Oh, come on. I'm just some gobby ex-crim who had her first kid at 13.
They're not allowed to mention that. Sexual history, not relevant.
Babe, I don't stand a chance.
Hello? Yeah, it's Robert Sugden again. What do you mean he hasn't said anything? Well, maybe he needs to speak to one of these, like, hostage negotiator type people. No, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job. OK, I'll wait for Di Cox to call. Hey, it's OK. Daddy's gonna find Mummy. Yes, he is.
Morning.
Is it? Some of us have been up for hours.
Well, it's not even 10.
Right, well, it feels much later. Charity summoned me for a cellar clear-out, so...
Charity? I thought she was in court.
I won't put money on it.
You've got bare stress, man. Could feel it coming off you.
Mm-hmm. And do you know what would really help with that? If you tidied your multiple pairs of trainers away.
Relax. I'll make you some breakfast. Won't be as good as yours, obviously. I can't cook egg without that white slime, but I'll...
Oh, sit down. Oh my God, The Zombie's the final chapter? I didn't even know that had been released.
I've got a mate in the business.
Oh my God, The Zombies. And is it true about the headless holograms on the 7th level?
See for yourself.
Oh!
Eggs first, though. Can't play in an empty stomach.
Yeah, of course, coming right up. Woohoo!
Cheers. Charity's stressing about getting a dry mouth in court.
What, she said she got to stand there and face that guy?
Yep. Well, she could have done it on video, but she wanted it this way. I think she's regretting it now.
Respect.
Noah, don't try and duck out on me, mister. You've got time to buy sweets.
I can't stop. I've got to pick something up from town for Joe.
Joe isn't the reason you're allowed off school. Look, next bus doesn't leave for about 10 minutes, so you can pop in on your mum and say you're thinking about her. I know this whole trial is grim and you don't want to go anywhere near it, but guess what? Neither does she.
She doesn't even want me around. I just stress her out more.
No, that's what you're telling yourself. When has she ever said that? You're her son, Noah. She needs you.
Looking at it won't make it ring.
But it's still early and he'll have to ask permission to use the phone.
You know, it probably won't make any difference. Poor girl's been missing for months.
Until we know what Lachlan's saying, we've just got to stay positive.
Right, come on, we best get going to court. Security goons are bound to want to search us.
Hey, I can't leave, Belle. Right. So Sam can take my place. Charity won't mind.
Fine. I'll go and pick him up from the farm.
Belle, I've been on the phone to the police. No new developments, that's all they're saying. Have you heard anything?
I'm still waiting for Lachlan to call me.
Rebecca's still out there. She could be confused, she could be disorientated, she could be someplace you don't recognise.
I get it, the clock's ticking.
Hey, give us some space. Look, Belle's under enough pressure without you making it worse. Maybe it's time we all faced facts. We might never know where Rebecca is.
Tomato again. Why is it always tomato?
You've never complained before.
How come I'm having lunch and I've only just had breakfast?
Because you normally sleep for longer. Why all the questions?
My name is Rebecca White. I had a sister called Chrissy and my dad was Lawrence and they were killed in a car accident. Except it wasn't an accident because Lachlan turned the wheel.
That's your brain injury talking. Lachlan cares about you very much. That's why he wants you well.
I am well. Ask me anything, I'm fine.
No, you're still confused.
Okay, so if this is supposed to be helping, then where's the doctor? Tell me.
That's not for you to worry your head about.
How long am I going to be here for? Why won't you let me go home?
We'll see. When your behaviour improves.
Oh, what behaviour?
Oh, now you've made a mess.
No, don't! I don't need the pills. I haven't taken any all day and I feel totally fine. Who are you calling? No, you mustn't. Why am I tied? He's trapping me here, drugging me so he can hide what he's done.
Lachlan, it's me. Will you answer my messages?
Not Lachlan, please.
We are really late. That's because you made me wait for Noah. But I thought it was going to show. I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Charity Dingle.
The judge isn't in yet, so we've got a few minutes.
Hey, look.
Where's Uncle Zach?
Oh, he's had to stay with Belle. I'm his stand-in. I had to do a shift at the farm this morning, didn't I? Oh, shall we go and find a good spot? Right. It'll be all right, kid.
Where's your mum?
Can't.
She okay?
I don't know. I wanted to wish her good luck, but I didn't want to get in her way. By the time I got back, she was already gone.
I came straight from the cop shop. Got arrested yesterday.
You never.
Yeah, we did. for shooting Bales.
Did you hit him?
I may have gone for him with a plank of wood.
No way.
Yeah, I missed, but he still fell over though. Oh, Mum's gone ballistic. Oh, yeah, give me a right here for when I get back home.
So you're not going to court then?
Reckon I caused enough trouble yesterday. Probably stay out of Charlie's way. Haven't had a shower yet either.
Yeah, you stink.
Well, what about you? I mean, I can give you a lift into town. You wouldn't be that late.
Nah. She's got Vanessa and that. And I'm a kid anyway. Probably won't let me in on my own.
You made it then. Lachlan didn't do you any lasting damage.
No, as good as it ever were.
Where's Charity?
Side room. She's a witness, she's not allowed in.
All rise.
Thank you, love.
Any word from Belle?
You've only just asked her.
Yeah, and the police might have been in touch.
Not as far as we know.
Robert, will you stop hounding the poor lass? The police know what they're doing.
Yeah, well, they're not showing any signs of it. They arrested Lachlan days ago and they're still not even charged with anything yet.
They might be following lines of inquiry. Just because they're not telling you.
I don't care if they tell me or not. That's not the issue.
All right, lad, calm down. This is stressful for everyone.
Right, I think Belle's had long enough. Let's go and see if she's okay.
You look exhausted, son. What can I do to help? Have a dab hand at babysitting?
No, I want him close right now.
I bet you haven't had a square meal for a while, though.
Look, Brenda will be back in a minute, and then you can curl up on your sofa with Seb while we clatter around in the kitchen.
I do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Can you confirm your name for me, please?
Charity Dingle.
And your address?
The Woolpack, Main Street, Emmerdale.
When did you first meet Mark Bales?
I was on the streets working.
Can you explain what you mean?
I was soliciting. My dad threw me out, so I had nowhere to live, no way of feeding myself. I've been doing that for a couple of months when this new copper showed up. Thought he was nice. Used to give me fags. Sit in his squad car and smoke, get warm. Once when it was lashing down, he took me for a burger. He wasn't even embarrassed. I liked him for that. So I used to look forward to his shifts. I'd be dead blatant and cocky, so he'd have to arrest me. It became a sort of game. He made me feel special.
And how did your relationship develop?
He picked me up one night after work. We went for a drive. I said it was like a date, messing around. He just smiled. He didn't correct me. We talked for hours. He said he couldn't bear the thought of me on the streets. He was worried that something would happen. He wanted to keep me safe. So if I was up for it, he had this flat that I could stay in.
Lachlan, you seem to have got yourself in rather a mess. And as your grandfather's friend and representative, you'd be horrified, frankly. One small mercy is that he isn't here.
When did Mr. Bales first initiate sexual contact?
It was in the flat. The first night. I was excited about him coming off his shift. I was trying to make everything nice. There was hardly any furniture, but to me, it's like a proper home. He arrived back. There's no food, just vodka. He was rushed. Not kind. When I just about finished off the bottle, he pushed me down onto the mattress and...
What did he do, Miss Dingle?
He raped me. He treated me like he was a punter and I was just a body. I asked him to stop, but he just laughed. And I was so disappointed. Because I thought he really cared. I thought he was one of the good guys, and he wasn't.
You haven't admitted anything to the police yet. That makes my job easier.
Belle must have told him. She ran away and made up this lie about being pregnant.
Belle?
My girlfriend. I thought she'd understand. You know, she says she does. Says it was just the voices telling her to be scared of me, but I don't know whether to believe her or...
What your girlfriend thinks is the least of your worries. We have to work out a defense argument.
Well, I'm supposed to call her today. The question is, does she mean it about wanting a future, or is it all about Rebecca?
Facts. That's all I'm concerned with. Paul Tozer's body in your car.
You found out about Jerry. And I had to kill him because he found out about Mum and Grandad.
It wasn't a car accident.
No. I was mad at Mum. Because of Belle. She made a break up with me, that's how all this started. I love Belle. I thought she loved me the same. Thought we were going to be together forever. But she let me down. Over and over again. Believed other people over me, broke promises. When she is the reason behind everything, and she's not even grateful. All she's been doing is using me.
I don't understand. I thought I'd gotten through to him. Should I ring D.I. Cox?
No, I don't think we should bother them, Mum. They know where you are.
Why isn't he called?
Did you have any medical care after leaving the hospital?
No. I just went back to a squat I'd found. Lay under some blankets. It was about a month after that. It was the hunger more than anything. And I'd heard that he'd been moved to a new patch. So I just went back to working. It was all I knew how to do.
No more questions.
Mr. Hutchins is acting on behalf of the defendant, and he will now ask you some questions.
Miss Dingle, you say you worked on the streets. Can you describe the lifestyle?
I had sex with men for money.
How many men do you think?
I don't know.
How many times did Mr. Bales arrest you for soliciting?
I can't remember exactly.
Was it more than 5, 10?
More than 10?
So, it must have been a relief when Mr. Bales offered you a flat as a safe refuge.
Yes, at first.
Did you go there of your own accord?
Yes.
Did Mr. Bales give you a key?
Yes, for a few weeks.
You said that Mr. Bales assaulted you on your first night there.
Yes.
So, you were being sexually assaulted. You had your own key and you chose not to leave.
Yeah, because I had nowhere else to go. And I didn't want to admit that I was being used.
So, would you say you were in a relationship back then?
Yes, at the start. I didn't know it was grooming.
Mr. Bales helped you to stop soliciting. He homed you at his own personal cost. He risked a successful career on this most unlikely of relationships. I suggest that you cared about each other very much.
There you go. Get your chops around that.
Dig in, I'm not hungry.
That was the whole point of Doug cooking.
Well, I never asked him to.
Oh, Robert, you just have to keep going until we know. One way or the other.
I just wish I'd not been so wrapped up in myself.
No.
The way I treated that family, it's no wonder Lachlan's a psycho.
I'm sure his mum and his granddad did their share of damage. God rest their souls.
This is not your fault.
Hello, we're back.
Hiya.
Liv wanted to surprise you.
You can add it to Seb's collection.
He's asleep.
Right.
Is that going free? I'm starving.
I missed you.
Miss Dingle, when did you find out you were pregnant with Mr. Bale's baby?
I was about 4 months. I don't know exactly.
And did you inform the defendant?
No, because I knew what he'd do.
And what was that?
Batter me, for sure. Try and hurt the baby.
But he was providing a roof over your head, food every day. Why would he wish to harm your unborn child?
Because it would get him into trouble, wouldn't it? Having a baby with an underage kid.
But you could have looked after it.
He wouldn't have let me, no way. And there was no chance trying to convince social services.
Why not?
Because I was 14.
I'm sure Mr. Bales could have accessed appropriate support.
No, that wasn't happening, sorry.
You seem very sure about that.
I am sure.
And yet you didn't give Mr. Bales a chance to express his opinion.
No.
There seems to be a lot of second-guessing going on here. Whereas in actual fact, you had no way of knowing whether you'd have been able to keep the baby or not.
It's not even about him. I had a child taken away from me before.
Ah, so this was your second baby?
Yes. The first was with my boyfriend at the time. I was 13, he was 14, and I had no family support.
So because you'd lost one child, you wanted to keep this one. And your failure to do so is why you are blaming Mr. Bales, when you have a history of abdicating responsibility for your children.
I didn't think he'd survived. That is the only reason I left, and I've since repaired my relationship with him. Oh, don't worry, he's not here. You've fixed that with your special connections, haven't you? I mean, banging up your own son to intimidate me.
Miss Dingle, please, refrain from addressing the defendant.
You know, and I know, that you're lying.
I appreciate these questions are emotive, Miss Dingle. I have just a few more. You allege Mr. Bales brought other men to the flat for sexual purposes.
Yes,
Were these the same men or different?
both.
Do you remember any names?
No, they didn't tell me.
Can you describe any of them?
They looked like coppers.
Really? And what did these coppers look like?
Same as him. Black shoes, black socks.
You're judging their profession by their hosiery.
Well, I know what I know.
So, not only did Mr. Bales hold you captive, he advertised your presence to multiple officers of the law, none of whom you can recall.
Yes, that is it. That is what he did.
Okay. Moving on to 2014. The defendant arrested you, didn't he? For conspiracy to defraud and perverting the course of justice.
Yes.
And were you found guilty of the second offence, perverting the course of justice?
Yes.
And did you serve a prison sentence?
He blackmailed me. He said he would frame my daughter's boyfriend.
But you confessed, didn't you?
Originally, because I thought I had no choice, and then I tried to take it back.
By presenting an alternative version in a court of law. Do you understand justice, Miss Dingle? Or are you manufacturing this whole allegation as revenge against the police officer that sent you to prison?
You do realise you're a week late for college?
I've only missed induction. It's fine.
Please tell me you've been following my revision plan.
Look, I'm not being funny, Doug, but I don't actually care about my retakes. I said that Lachlan was hiding something and nobody listened to me.
Yeah, I know. And I really wish I could go back and change that.
I'm not blaming you, it's fine.
I just can't believe he didn't tell me everything.
He's in denial. He keeps insisting she's still alive, which she probably was for a while. But Lachlan's been in custody for days now.
Poor Rebecca.
I know. We just have to hope it was painless.
What are you talking about?
He's filling me in on the holiday highlights.
The defendant alleges you were in a consenting relationship.
He would.
Did you confide in anyone back then that this wasn't the case?
Yes, the police. When I reported it, that they wouldn't believe me.
Apart from the complaint that we can find no record of, did you tell anyone close to you? Any of the girls you used to work alongside?
No.
You told no one close to you about this traumatic experience?
No, because surprisingly enough, I wanted to forget it. Used as his whore by a man I trusted, passed around his mates.
Who you were unable to identify?
Yes. And I'm really sorry I didn't write their names down in my address book, but I used to lie there with my eyes shut closed, dreaming of the sky and fields. When that's happening to you, your head's the only place you can go.
Surely what you are describing is the life you had chosen before the defendant gave you a ladder out.
So I sold myself for money so I can't be raped?
No. But you can be confused, ashamed, seeking to reimagine your past.
Why? Because that's more likely than a bent copper using his position to exploit a desperate little girl. Well, I'm not that girl anymore. And it's taken me 28 years to get the courage to stand here and say this. So if you can't see him for the man he is, well, you can stuff your justice.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Did you speak to him, Lachlan?
I've left another message.
Please don't tell him anything. I will take all my pills. I'll do everything you say. Just please, please don't bring him here.
All right. If we don't have any more repeats of today.
You won't. I promise. Cross my heart. I won't make you angry again.
So let's make you nice and comfy.
Thank you. And if he phones?
I'll tell him everything's under control.
Sleep is the best medicine.
Well, that's the prosecution wrapped up.
Thought they'd never stop.
It's the DNA, it always takes ages. Explaining all the science bit to the jury.
Where's Charity?
I tried to fire on the way back from the gents, but they wouldn't let us in.
She'll be with her witness support worker. Oh, she's here.
Mum.
Hey, your mum's gonna kill me.
I still wish I'd hit him.
Don't say that.
Here we go. Defence is up.
I do solemnly, sincerely and truly declare and affirm that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
So, why didn't you tell me the police were now closer?
Because we just need a breakthrough.
Diane reckons it's not looking good.
You see, this is why I didn't tell you. Because this kind of positive attitude is exactly what me and Seb need right now.
Robert, I'm just worried about you, that's all.
Yeah, well, don't. I need you to make me feel better, not worse. Just let me do things my way.
We've heard Miss Dingle's account of how the two of you met. Would you agree with that?
Yes. I'd just started in Vice, and I made it my job to get to know all the girls on my patch. Some officers weren't bothered, they called them Toms, but Charity had a real spark. And I just felt, more than with any of the others, that she shouldn't have been there. So I came up with this idea of renting her a flat.
And did you discuss this with your previous wife?
Well, she already said that I was too soft. Buying the odd bag of chips for the girls, she said it was a drop in the ocean, that I could make a difference. But with Charity, I thought, if I could rescue one.
When did you first have sexual relations?
Not on the first night. It was totally platonic for weeks.
Liar.
But I had to come and see her every day to make sure that she wasn't drifting back to the street. And she had no income now. So it was a constant battle. And then we both developed feelings. I resisted, of course. I spent days skirting around it. And I tried to visit her less often. But one night, and I just missed out on a big arrest at work. I was feeling sorry for myself, and I dropped my guard. It became physical.
You knew it was unlawful sexual intercourse with a minor, that if she'd reported you within a year, you could have been charged with rape.
I knew she was under 16, yes, and I knew that made it wrong. And the worst vice officer cliché, but I was green back then, and I took the risk. I call it a hero complex or what you will, but I tried to help her.
He's just behind you. Use the chainsaw. Oh! Right, my turn.
I just need to complete this level.
Oh, you said that an hour ago.
It's my game.
Well, it's my controller, so it's my controller, Alice.
What's this? Oh, please tell me you've not been loafing around playing computer games all day.
I mean, it's a traditional house induction.
And pizza and kebabs.
Yes, because, oh my God, the zombies is notoriously grueling, so...
Especially when you're keeping up with me.
And did you contribute to these? No surprise there.
Why do I feel like you're going to put me in detention?
Welcome to basically my whole life.
Zip it. He's playing you, can't you see?
Oh, well, that's the point.
Yeah, not that kind of playing. Like wrapping you around his little finger. That's what Alice does. Takeouts, drinks, taxis into town.
Well, I was going there anyway.
Marlon, I'm warning you. Just be smart.
You understand the importance of making a statement?
Yes.
You have plenty of experience as a police officer with making statements.
Yes.
And you knew in your interview that your account would be investigated by the police.
Yes.
In your interview, did you say you had sex with Miss Dingle?
No.
How about renting her a flat?
No.
So your answers then were lies?
Correct.
So you lied to the police to conceal facts you knew to be true?
Yes, but...
You're a liar, by your own admission. How could we possibly believe that you're not lying now?
I'm not.
About bringing men to your flat and inviting them to abuse Miss Dingle?
I cared for Charity. I would never have done that.
Why does a married 25-year-old police officer have a relationship with a 14-year-old girl?
Yes. Charity was 14, but she left home. She had a baby. She was soliciting on the streets by choice. And I grew to care for her deeply. But she wouldn't engage with anyone, and that is the thing. I called social services every time we'd have her arrested. Did no good. You had to invest proper time if you wanted to get through to her.
So you're a copper with a conscience?
I wanted to help her.
By an adult having sex with a child. No more questions.
She's slid him.
He's a total slave. Who's the liar now?
I call Chloe Bales.
What's she gonna say? This was 20 years before she knew him.
How long have you been married to Mr. Bales?
3 years.
And you have, 2 small children and another on the way, I see. Do you work as well?
Only on a voluntary basis, at playgroup.
When did you first meet Miss Dingle?
I saw her at the launch of my husband's task force. Then she confronted me in hospital after my maternity appointment.
What did she say?
She was shouting about how he treated her. Then she told him they'd had a baby.
And was this the first you knew about it?
Yes. Mark had already explained who she was when we came home from the task force launch. That she was rewriting history to take revenge on him for sending her to prison.
He told you they'd had a sexual relationship.
Yes. I was shocked. But he was in an unhappy marriage at the time. And he knew it had been a terrible mistake.
After that, did you see her again?
Yes. I was putting the boys to bed when I saw her outside in her car, watching the house. It happened 7 times, because I started writing a log for the police.
Ah, so you informed them then?
Oh, yes. And they gave her a warning, but it carried on. I'd look out the window, and she was there.
Not true, she's lying.
Did you speak to her?
I was scared to. Scared of what she might do to the children. But Mark did. I phoned him at work to come home, and he went over and ordered her to go. She got really angry.
Could you hear the conversation?
I was watching in case I needed to call the police again. She said that she was going to destroy him. Take his job, his family, his house, his kids, and he could do nothing about it. Because she'd found something, someone, a secret weapon that would turn his name into mud.
So what did you do?
I discussed it with Mark, and he said the only thing she would listen to was money. So I suggested taking the savings we've been putting aside for the boys to pay her to leave us alone.
So you knew about the money. It was your idea, in fact.
Yes. She was an ex-criminal who hated my husband. I had to protect my family.
How was that? Helpful?
Yeah, it was, actually.
So, how about we have a pit stop for some food, and then we start the interview again with your solicitor present?
I said it was helpful. I'm not going to tell you what you want.
I thought we were making progress.
Where's Rebecca White? Take him. We're wasting our time here. He's giving us nothing. Brief all the search teams. We're looking for a body now.
Come in now, look. Go on.
I think I've figured out why Lachlan hasn't rung me.
Well, yeah, it's probably because he knows you're in with the police.
What if what he's done to her is so bad?
Don't go there.
That he feels too ashamed that he can't even bring himself to tell me that Rebecca's dead.
Belle, love.
No, I didn't convince him that I loved him enough. That it wouldn't even matter, and now we're never going to know where Rebecca is. I've failed, Dad.
Please. Just come inside.
How'd it go then? As horrific as we expected, but she did great.
How come no one was at court? He just texted me from Joe's.
Yeah, I know. Both him and Ryan were there. Oh, my boys really came through for me. Anyway, I said my piece, Bale said his, and Chloe appeared as star witness.
What, his wife?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bought his lies, obviously, poor cow. So it's up to the jury how they take it.
So you didn't get, like a sense, then?
Well, past them thinking I'm some piece of trash who gave birth at 13, no, not really.
Well, I thought they weren't allowed to bring that up.
They didn't.
Oh.
Anyway, I don't have to sit here explaining everything for hours on end. Just scram the lot of you. I'm going to go upstairs, have a bath, and watch some TV.
Mum, you do know that I would have been there, right?
Yeah, of course.
You want some, Ma? Spicy hot one, your favourite.
No. I've got a governor's meeting.
Whoa. I thought you were free tonight, you know. Movie and chill.
Yeah, but it's a bit awkward.
But he's an adult man. You must know you might have boyfriends.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've always kept it low-key. I've not flaunted them to him.
Right, OK, only I do actually live here in my house that he lodges in, so, you know, flaunting it might be hard to avoid.
Hey, listen, don't get all touchy. He'll get used to the idea if we just take it slowly.
We were glacial for months. Really, Jessie?
No, we're still a couple. I'm just not going to stay over.
Oh, great. That's great. Don't let him wrap you around his little finger, she said. No. You go to your fake governor's meeting, right? Putting a hefty deposit in the honesty box, by the way. Me and the zombie's gonna have some fun.
Wow, it's a bit quiet.
I don't think people are really in the mood for drinking.
Oh, yeah. How did Charity get on?
Didn't really say. And now I feel terrible that I wasn't there to support her.
Mum, all she'd be focused on is getting through it, not who was there. Trust me.
Bella, I'm more worried about.
Well, it's not great for anyone, let alone a kid with mental health issues. If anything, this is going to tip her right over the edge.
Not just her either.
Robert, it's going to be better now you're back, though.
He won't talk about it. If anything's happened to Rebecca, then...
She's likely. I mean, I hate to say it, but...
Until she's gone. I mean, confirmed gone. What's wrong with him holding on to a glimmer of hope?
Because it'll hurt more in the end.
Well, then that's his choice, isn't it? All you can do is support him.
Hey. I don't think Mum really wanted to talk about stuff, so I've come to get an update off you.
Well, if Bales gets out, this is a dead man walking.
Well, Vanessa said she did great.
Well, he got his wife to lie for him, stitched her up.
Well, Mum's been in court enough times, so I'm sure she was expecting this.
You know, if you've got all this advice, then maybe you should have been there.
Well, I couldn't be there, because I couldn't leave Sarah. She was having a blood test.
Well, shame is that, because he made a big deal of Bales arresting her when she was protecting Pete. Said she was doing this for revenge.
Oh, right, so this is my fault.
You asked how it went, I'm just telling you the defence are using it as a motivation.
Brilliant. Well, thanks, Dad. I mean, like I don't feel bad enough for not making a Dob Bales in the first place. Well, come on, you knew about her life. But that's what it always comes down to in an argument, isn't it? Tart, skank, prostitute,
Yeah,
and
I'm
the
not
rest.
proud of that now,
But you didn't do
am I?
anything about it, though, did you? Hey, what? A child sleeping with older men?
I didn't know her back then. We lost touch.
Whatever. You still knew about it after. It obviously still entered your head. It was abuse. She was a victim. And what did you do? Just use her to beat her with it?
Yeah, she never told me the details. I mean, if I'd have known what she'd been through, I would have helped her. I would, and I'm sorry that I didn't push her on it. You know, if she loses this, it's gonna break her.
How many men do you think? More than 5, 10?
She left home. She had a baby.
When you have a history of abdicating responsibility for your children. And did you serve a prison sentence? You confessed, didn't you? You would have said that you were in a relationship. Do you understand justice, Miss Dingle?
She was soliciting on the streets by choice.
And if you've been affected by issues raised in tonight's episode, you can visit itv.com/advice for support information.